Hey, if you watch until the end, there is a special surprise waiting for you. Stay tuned, you will not want to miss it.
Did you know that most people are being lied to about what really happens behind the scenes of the financial market? While you hear about the success of top investors, the truth is, many of them are playing a game most of us can't even imagine. What you're about to discover today might change the way you view investments forever. Get ready to see the other side of the coin and understand how some of the biggest names in the industry truly made it to the top. Stick with me until the end of this video because I'm about to reveal secrets that most investors would never share. Don't miss out. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you'll never miss out on the truths that few dare to expose. The beginning of an extraordinary vision, the roots of Joe Mansueto and his inspiration to create something innovative. Joe Mansueto's journey into the world of finance didn't start in a bustling city or within a network of financial elites. He was born in Munster, Indiana, a quiet town nestled in the heart of the American Midwest. This humble setting, surrounded by hard work and curiosity, played a pivotal role in shaping his future. As a young boy, Joe was captivated by the power of numbers and the logic behind finance. But it was through the pages of financial reports that he began to notice something intriguing, a complexity that alienated everyday investors. During his time at the University of Chicago, where he studied economics, Mansueto found himself facing a dilemma that many students of finance would recognize. The tools available to individual investors were limited. His peers were focused on academic theory, but Joe had a different goal in mind. He dreamed of creating something that bridged the gap between complicated financial data and the everyday investor. His desire was clear: to make financial information accessible to all, regardless of their background or experience. Mansueto's passion for finance wasn't just born in the classroom. His love for reading led him to explore the works of financial legends like Warren Buffett and Benjamin Graham. As he immersed himself in their teaching, he observed a troubling trend: the data provided by the big financial institutions lacked clarity. Joe's realization was profound. What if there was a way to simplify this data, to create something that anyone could use to make better investment decisions? This realization began to fuel a vision, and Joe's path toward innovation began to take shape. He didn't just want to be another consultant or another advisor. He sought to change the way people viewed financial data. Mansueto's thinking was anything but ordinary. What if he could create a service that provided the same intelligence, but in a way that was straightforward and understandable? He believed that the right tools could help any investor, no matter their financial expertise, make smarter decisions. His entrepreneurial spirit started to take flight. But before diving into the world of finance, Joe reflected on his own motivation. He understood that curiosity, combined with a genuine desire to solve real problems, could lead to something extraordinary. For Joe, the goal was not merely about wealth, it was about shifting the landscape of finance, making it fairer and more accessible. This wasn't just an ambitious dream. It was a deeply human vision that aimed to empower others. The first step toward bringing his idea to life came when Joe worked in consulting. Here, he gained a first-hand understanding of how financial analysis was conducted. He saw the inefficiency, the rigid bureaucracy, and the lack of personalization in the services offered to regular investors. Joe wasn't content with accepting the status quo. He could see that there was room for disruption, and he began planning how he could change the game. In 1984, Joe made a pivotal decision. He founded Morningstar with a vision to create something revolutionary: an accessible, data-driven platform for investors. He wasn't content with merely joining the financial world. He wanted to change it. His journey to that moment is proof that the most groundbreaking ideas come from those who question the way things are and dare to imagine how they could be better. The world was about to see just how profound this vision would be. The foundation of Morningstar. The birth of an influential investment analysis company in 1984. Joe Mansueto took a bold step that would change the course of financial history. With just $80,000 in initial capital, he founded Morningstar, a company designed to bring clarity to an otherwise opaque financial world. The name Morningstar, inspired by the essay of the same name by Henry David Thoreau, embodied Joe's philosophy: to bring light to the complex and often confusing world of investing. Just as the Morningstar guides sailors, he envisioned his company guiding individual investors with clear, reliable data. At first, Mansueto worked alone in a modest apartment in Chicago, armed only with determination and a passion for making financial information accessible to everyone. He spent countless hours poring over investment fund data, organizing and creating detailed reports that anyone could understand. His goal was to democratize financial knowledge, something that had previously been reserved for the wealthy and institutional investor. Joe was determined to level the playing field. Morningstar's breakthrough came in the form of an innovative rating system for mutual funds. The system, known as the star rating, was designed to simplify the process of evaluating investment funds by giving each fund a rating from 1 to 5 stars. This was a game changer. It allowed investors, no matter their experience level, to quickly compare funds and make more informed choices. This simple yet revolutionary idea was a direct response to the overwhelming complexity in traditional financial reports, which were often riddled with jargon that kept many potential investors from engaging. Even with limited resources, the company began to grow quickly. Mansueto's curiosity about the needs of individual investors led him to expand Morningstar's offering, gradually adding analyses of stocks, exchange-traded funds, ETFs, and other financial instruments. He firmly believed that an informed investor is a confident investor, and that belief resonated deeply with people who were seeking a more human approach to understanding their investment. The road to success wasn't without its obstacles. In the early days, Joe faced skepticism from the industry, which was accustomed to the traditional ways of doing business. He had to push through resistance from investors and financial institutions that didn't believe in his vision. Many questioned how a small, independent company could compete with the giants of the industry. But Joe remained steadfast in his commitment to his mission, to serve the individual investor, no matter how small or large their portfolio was. One of Joe's guiding principles during this time was the idea that simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. He applied this mantra to every aspect of Morningstar's development, from the design of its website to the language used in its reports. His approach was clear. The information provided by Morningstar should be easy to digest, transparent, and trustworthy. This philosophy of simplicity and transparency became the cornerstone of the company's success and set it apart in an industry that was often seen as intimidating and exclusive. As the years went by, Morningstar's influence grew exponentially, helping millions of people make smarter, more informed investment decisions. Joe Mansueto's commitment to simplicity and accessibility transformed the way the world viewed financial analysis. But his journey was far from over. He knew that in order to truly revolutionize the industry, Morningstar would need to continue innovating, staying ahead of the curve and constantly adapting to the needs of investors. Mansueto's philosophy, simplicity, accessibility, and intelligence in financial data. Joe Mansueto's vision for Morningstar was grounded in a simple yet profound philosophy. Financial data should be as clear and easy to understand as a conversation with a friend. This belief became the foundation of his company and was the reason it quickly gained the trust of millions of investors. Mansueto didn't set out to create complex, technical tools. Instead, he sought to build something that would allow people to engage with financial data in an intuitive and accessible way. In an industry that often thrived on jargon and convoluted reports, Mansueto saw an opportunity to do something radically different. While traditional financial institutions were focused on catering to institutional investors with highly technical data, Joe understood that the average investor was being left behind. He believed that anyone, regardless of their financial expertise, could make intelligent investment decisions if they had the right tools. His goal was to make those tools simple, visual, and highly effective. The most iconic example of this philosophy in action was the creation of Morningstar's star rating system for mutual funds. Rather than bombarding investors with complex metrics, Joe introduced a simple yet effective way to evaluate investment funds, using a rating system of 1 to 5 stars. This innovation allowed investors to quickly assess the quality of a fund based on its performance, taking away much of the guesswork that had traditionally plagued the investment process. By focusing on simplicity and clarity, Joe was able to create a tool that was accessible to everyone. But Joe's commitment to simplicity wasn't about dumbing down the data. It was about making it more useful. He understood that simplicity didn't mean sacrificing depth. Rather, it meant presenting information in a way that made it easier to digest without losing its integrity. For Mansueto, the goal wasn't to oversimplify the data, but to make it more actionable and relevant to investors at all levels. He wanted investors to not only understand the information, but also feel confident in using it to make smarter decisions. Accessibility was another key pillar of Mansueto's philosophy. He believed that financial information should be available to everyone, not just the wealthy or institutional investor. In a world where financial tools were often locked behind expensive paywalls, Morningstar's commitment to accessibility was revolutionary. The company made its reports and ratings available to all investors, no matter their financial background. This democratization of financial data empowered ordinary people to take control of their investments and make more informed choices. Another aspect of Mansueto's approach was his commitment to intelligence, both in the data and in the way it was presented. He was determined to provide investors with not only accurate data, but also actionable insight that could help them navigate the financial markets with confidence. He understood that investors needed more than just numbers. They needed context, clarity, and a way to interpret the data effectively. This approach made Morningstar a trusted resource for investors who were looking for reliable, intelligent analysis. Mansueto's philosophy was not just about building a business, it was about changing the way people engaged with finance. He believed that everyone, regardless of their background, should have the opportunity to become an informed investor. BI, focusing on simplicity, accessibility, and intelligence. Joe Mansueto created a company that transformed the way the world understood and approached financial data. But, as he well knew, the journey was far from over. There was still much to be done. Revolutionizing the market. How Morningstar changed the way we invest. When Joe Mansueto founded Morningstar, he didn't just create another financial company. He set out to revolutionize the way people invested by bringing transparency and accessibility to a market that had been traditionally dominated by banks and institutions. Before Morningstar, investing was an intimidating world for many. It was a place where information was scarce, difficult to interpret, and often catered to the wealthy. Mansueto saw an opportunity to change that trend. He did so in a way that empowered millions of individuals to take control of their financial future. One of the most groundbreaking contributions of Morningstar was the creation of its star rating system for mutual funds. This simple but powerful tool allowed investors to quickly assess the performance and risk of a fund. Prior to this innovation, investors had to wade through dense reports filled with numbers and jargon. But with the star rating, Morningstar made it possible to compare funds in a way that was easy to understand and apply. For the first time, anyone could get a quick, clear snapshot of a fund's performance, no matter their level of expertise. Morningstar's impact didn't stop with the star rating. Joe Mansueto and his team were dedicated to providing unbiased, independent data. In a market that was often clouded by institutional interests, Morningstar became a trusted source for impartial financial analysis. Investors knew they could rely on the data without worrying about hidden agendas. This transparency was a game-changer, building a level of trust between Morningstar and its users that set the company apart from its competitors. In addition to simplifying investment data, Morningstar led the way in making financial tools more accessible. While other financial institutions catered to high-net-worth clients, Morningstar's approach was to democratize investment knowledge by offering free and low-cost resources. The company allowed individuals with modest portfolios to access the same high-quality data that was once reserved for the elite. This shift in approach helped millions of people make smarter investment decisions, irrespective of their financial status. But Mansueto's vision didn't stop at mutual funds. He expanded Morningstar's services to include analysis of stocks, exchange-traded funds, ETFs, and other financial instruments. This broader approach to investment analysis allowed the company to reach a larger audience and provide even more value to its users. Mansueto understood that the more comprehensive the data, the better equipped investors would be to make sound decisions. Morningstar's innovative tools weren't just about simplifying data, they were about empowering individuals. Mansueto's philosophy was that knowledge is power, and that a well-informed investor is a confident one. The company's offerings, including its website and reports, were designed to put investors in control, rather than relying on brokers or advisors. Morningstar gave individuals the tools to navigate the complex world of finance on their own. This shift in mindset was revolutionary, encouraging people to take ownership of their financial decisions. The company's success wasn't just due to its innovative tools, It was also a result of Mansueto's unwavering commitment to serving the individual investor. While large institutions prioritized institutional clients, Morningstar remained laser-focused on the needs of everyday people. This customer-centric approach built a loyal following and helped the company grow exponentially. As more and more investors turned to Morningstar for its transparent, accessible, and intelligent analysis, the company became a driving force in the financial industry. And Joe Mansueto, with his vision and dedication, became one of the most influential figures in the world of investing. The challenges and mysteries behind Morningstar's growth. Even with a clear vision and groundbreaking ideas, Joe Mansueto's journey to make Morningstar a global leader in financial analysis was far from smooth. As with any great innovation, challenges arose that tested his resolve and commitment to his mission. The financial industry, dominated by large banks and institutions, was initially resistant to a small startup that aimed to disrupt the status quo. But for Mansueto, these challenges were just part of the process, and each obstacle was met with determination and a belief in his company's purpose. One of the major hurdles Joe faced in the early days was convincing investors and the financial community that Morningstar's model could work. Traditional players in the industry were skeptical of a small company offering independent, accessible financial data. Many questioned whether individual investors would be willing to pay for financial services that were once reserved for institutional clients. Joe had to prove that there was a market for transparency and simplicity in investing. Nascent phase skepticism was, in many ways, the first mystery that Mansueto had to unravel. But Mansueto's ability to see opportunities where others saw obstacles played a crucial role in overcoming these challenges. Instead of bowing to the pressures of the industry, he doubled down on his commitment to the individual investor. Morningstar's transparency, simplicity, and accessibility became its competitive edge, and slowly but surely, the company began to gain traction. As the number of individual investors grew, so did the company's reputation. Mansueto had proven that there was indeed a demand for this kind of financial service. Another significant challenge was the question of technology. When Joe founded Morningstar, the internet was still in its infancy, and the idea of delivering financial data through online platforms was considered somewhat unconventional. Many of the industry's giants were still relying on traditional methods, such as physical reports and in-person meetings, to communicate with investors. But Joe saw the potential of technology to democratize financial knowledge. The mystery wasn't whether the technology would work, was how quickly he could implement it in a way that would be intuitive and valuable for users. This challenge required not only vision but also careful execution. At the same time, Joe had to navigate the delicate balance between maintaining the company's independence and securing enough funding to support its growth. Early on, he worked with a small team, often doing much of the work himself. There was no guarantee of success, and the financial landscape was filled with uncertainty. Mansueto's strategy was always focused on patience, building a solid foundation before seeking to expand rapidly. This long-term vision was key to overcoming the financial uncertainty that could have derailed Morningstar's success. While technology and funding were critical challenges, the most persistent issue was how to stand out in a market that was already dominated by larger financial institutions. Joe had to continuously find ways to differentiate Morningstar from its competitor. This required a constant evolution of the company's offering. Mansueto's solution was to focus on providing more than just data. He wanted to offer insights and actionable recommendations that would help investors make better decisions. By continually innovating, Morningstar managed to stay relevant, even as new competitors entered the market. Finally, Joe faced the ongoing mystery of how to scale Morningstar without compromising its core value. As the company grew, it was essential to maintain the customer-centric approach that had made it successful. Expanding the team, building new products, and entering international markets all required careful planning. Joe's focus remained on building a company that would continue to put the needs of individual investors first. This challenge was one that Mansueto met head-on, understanding that the true growth of the company came from staying true to its original mission. These challenges and mysteries only strengthened Mansueto's resolve. Each obstacle was an opportunity for growth, and every success was a testament to the power of persistence and vision. As Morningstar continued to expand, Joe Mansueto's ability to navigate these difficulties ensured that the company would leave a lasting impact on the financial world. But the journey was still unfolding, and the road ahead held even greater opportunity. Joe Mansueto's influence on the global financial landscape. Joe Mansueto's impact on the financial world is far-reaching, extending well beyond the creation of Morningstar. Through his vision, dedication, and innovative approach to financial analysis, Mansueto reshaped how millions of people engage with investing. What started as a small company in Chicago has grown into a global force that influences the way people make investment decisions around the world. But perhaps the most remarkable part of Joe's influence is how he managed to shift the entire culture of investing, making it more accessible and empowering to individuals everywhere. One of the most significant contributions Mansueto made was to challenge the long-standing belief that investing is only for the wealthy or the elite. Before Morningstar, the financial world was a place where information was often hidden behind high paywall, available only to institutional investors and the financially privileged. Mansueto's vision was different. He believed that anyone, regardless of their income or experience, should have access to clear, reliable financial data. This philosophy became the cornerstone of Morningstar and set the company apart from its competitor, who were still focused on serving only the high-net-worth clients. By offering accessible tools and democratizing financial knowledge, Mansueto inspired a generation of investors who felt empowered to take control of their financial future. Morningstar's star rating system for mutual funds, in particular, helped investors cut through the complexity of financial data, enabling them to make more informed choices. What was once a highly exclusive field became a domain in which everyday people could participate confidently. Mansueto's influence on this shift cannot be overstated. He essentially helped redefine the financial landscape, opening up opportunities for people from all walks of life. Mansueto's influence wasn't limited to the United States. As Morningstar expanded its presence globally, it carried with it the philosophy of simplicity, transparency, and accessibility. The company's reach now extends to over 30 countries, offering investors around the world the same tools that have helped millions make smarter financial decisions. Mansueto's ability to scale Morningstar internationally was a testament to his belief that financial literacy should have no border. His approach helped millions of investors in emerging markets gain access to the same high-quality analysis that had previously been the domain of Western markets. But Joe's impact goes beyond just the tools and services offered by Morningstar. He also played a pivotal role in changing the cultural perception of investing. Prior to his efforts, investing was often seen as a complex, high-stakes game reserved for those with insider knowledge or vast resources. Mansueto's human-centered approach shifted that narrative. He made it clear that investing is not just about money, it's about the opportunity to secure a better future and achieve personal goals. This shift in mindset has inspired countless individuals to start investing and take ownership of their financial decisions. Another area where Mansueto's influence has been felt is in the emphasis on unbiased, independent financial analysis. In a market often dominated by institutional interest, Morningstar stood as a beacon of impartiality. Joe understood that the trust of individual investors could only be earned by providing transparent, accurate data, free from the conflicts of interest that plagued many of the larger financial institutions. This commitment to integrity built a loyal user base and established Morningstar as a trusted resource for financial information. Mansueto's influence also extends to the broader world of entrepreneurship. His approach to business, focusing on simplicity, transparency, and accessibility, has inspired countless entrepreneurs and business leaders. Joe's ability to build a company that both innovated and remained true to its core values has set a standard for others to follow. In a world where many companies prioritize profits over people, Mansueto's example serves as a reminder that business can and should serve a greater purpose. His impact is felt not just in finance but in the broader business community as well. Joe Mansueto's influence on the financial world is undeniable. His commitment to making financial data accessible, transparent, and actionable has transformed the way people invest, giving them the tools they need to take control of their financial futures. As a result, he has inspired a generation of investors who now view the world of finance as an inclusive, empowering place, not just for the wealthy but for everyone. But, while his legacy in finance is profound, Mansueto's influence continues to shape other areas of his life, areas that reveal even more about his remarkable vision and impact. The secrets of success. Extraordinary lessons from Joe Mansueto for entrepreneurs. Joe Mansueto's journey from a small startup to the founder of one of the most influential financial companies in the world is filled with powerful lessons that every entrepreneur can learn from. His success didn't come from shortcuts or flashy business tactics, but from a deep commitment to solving real problems and staying true to his vision. For anyone looking to build something innovative and enduring, the secrets of Joe's success offer valuable insights that can be applied to virtually any industry. The first and most important lesson Joe Mansueto teaches us is the power of solving real problems. When he founded Morningstar, Joe wasn't trying to reinvent the wheel. He was identifying a genuine need in the market. He realized that individual investors lacked access to the kinds of tools and resources that institutional investors had. This gap in the market was the problem Joe set out to solve. For aspiring entrepreneurs, this is a crucial takeaway. The most successful businesses often start with a simple ideas, solving a real problem for real people. Focus on the needs of your audience, and the success will follow. Another key lesson from Mansueto's journey is the importance of simplicity. Throughout the development of Morningstar, Joe's guiding principle was that simplicity is not only a virtue, but also a strategy. In an industry flooded with complex jargon and data, Joe saw an opportunity to make financial information more accessible. He introduced clear, intuitive tools like the star rating system, which made it easy for people to evaluate investment options. For entrepreneurs, this lesson is clear. Don't overcomplicate. The best products and services are often the simplest, most intuitive ones. If you can make something easy to understand and use, you'll have a much greater chance of success. Mansueto's story also teaches us the value of patience and long-term thinking. When Joe started Morningstar, he didn't expect immediate success. He knew it would take time to build a solid foundation and earn the trust of investors. He focused on growing the company step by step, avoiding the temptation to take shortcuts for quick gains. Entrepreneurs can learn from this approach. Success rarely comes overnight. Building a strong, lasting business takes time, and it's important to focus on long-term goals rather than short-term rewards. Another essential lesson is the importance of integrity. Joe Mansueto's commitment to unbiased, independent data is one of the reasons Morningstar became such a trusted resource in the financial world. He didn't let external pressure, such as the demands of institutional investors, sway his commitment to providing honest, transparent information. For entrepreneurs, this lesson cannot be overstated. Trust is the foundation of any successful business. When you prioritize honesty and integrity, you build a loyal customer base that will support you in the long run. Investing in technology is another key aspect of Mansueto's approach to success. From the early days of Morningstar, Joe recognized the power of technology to transform the financial world. He leveraged the emerging internet to make financial information more accessible and actionable. For modern entrepreneurs, this lesson is particularly relevant. Technology is a powerful tool that can unlock new opportunities, whether it's through digital platforms, automation, or data analysis. Embracing technology can help your business stay competitive and thrive in an ever-evolving market. Finally, Mansueto's approach to leadership is a crucial lesson for entrepreneurs. He built a company that reflected his values: simplicity, transparency, and accessibility. He made sure to surround himself with a team that shared these values, creating a strong company culture that drove the success of Morningstar. For entrepreneurs, this shows that leadership isn't just about being the smartest person in the room. It's about creating an environment where everyone works together toward a common goal. A strong, cohesive team is essential to the growth of any business. Joe Mansueto's story is a testament to the power of vision, persistence, and integrity. His success wasn't built on shortcuts, but on a genuine desire to make a difference. For entrepreneurs, his journey offers valuable lessons in solving real problems, keeping things simple, thinking long-term, maintaining integrity, embracing technology, and leading with purpose. These are the principles that helped Joe build a company that has changed the lives of millions of investors and left an indelible mark on the financial world. Now that you've seen the hidden truths behind some of the biggest names in finance, it's time to take action. The next step in your financial journey starts with understanding the real game being played. If you found this video eye-opening, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who needs to know this too. If you enjoyed this content and want more insider knowledge, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Join our community, and together we'll uncover the secrets of the financial world. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss out on what's coming next.